developed dramatically in the more than 50 years since its foundation, thanks to the tireless efforts of the Malaysian people. This development has also been supported by international organizations and donor countries. Japan began supporting Malaysia's development in 1956 and continues to support them to this day. Here are some of the ways Malaysia has developed in the past 60 years with Japanese cooperation. Economic growth in the country has been remarkable. Between 1960 and 2014, the Malaysian GDP grew 180 times, while the per capita GDP grew 50 times. Japan's assistance is one of the critical elements for this growth, particularly Official Development Assistance, or ODA. This cooperation is conducted by both government organizations and public agencies. Japan's ODA to Malaysia reached a total amount of more than $2.5 billion in the 45 years from 1969 to 2014. Japan's assistance has two major components: technical cooperation and financial cooperation. Technical cooperation primarily offers training and technical advice from experts sent by Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA. They provide new knowledge and ideas for development to people and organizations based in Malaysia. The programs have also supported Malaysian government agencies while they prepare numerous development plans. Financial cooperation provides long-term, low-interest funds for developing facilities and equipment. These funds are commonly referred to as yen loans. There are also funds available with no obligation for repayment. Now, here are some of the projects supported by JICA. First, electrical infrastructure. 12 power stations have been constructed and renovated using yen loans. These power stations represented 35% of the national power generation capacity as of 1995. One particularly major project was the Port Dickson Thermal Power Station. It was financed by one of the largest yen loans provided to Malaysia. Water resource management is also a priority. Malaysia has access to many natural water resources. But starting in the late 90s, the Kuala Lumpur metropolitan area suffered from water shortages. This was due to increased demand following rapid industrialization and urbanization. The Malaysian government decided to enact a plan to transfer river water from the Pahang state to the metropolitan area. This idea was proposed by the National Water Resources Development Plan and was prepared with technical cooperation from JICA. With the help of a yen loan, a large-scale project to construct a water transfer tunnel capable of moving 2 million tons of water a day finished in 2015. This is the longest tunnel of its kind in Southeast Asia. In addition to developing infrastructure, the Malaysian government has promoted industrialization. Accordingly, Japan has extended cooperation to production technologies, vocational training, and support for small to medium enterprises. Recently, Japan assisted in addressing new issues associated with industrialization, including energy-saving technology, occupational safety, pollution control, and intellectual property rights. This cooperation from Japan has contributed to an influx of foreign investments as well as to Malaysia's domestic industrial capacity. Japan has provided financial cooperation to support opportunities for Malaysian students to study abroad. After the Malaysian government started its Look East policy in the 1980s, about 2,300 students have received scholarships financed with yen loans to study in Japan. After graduating, nearly 70% of these students received jobs from companies affiliated with Japan. Malaysia is facing many issues regarding urban planning and environment due to rapid urbanization. Pressing issues include solid waste disposal and sewage infrastructure development. These issues, especially solid waste disposal, need to be addressed via collaboration between communities and local administrations. A number of local Japanese governments are providing their Malaysian counterparts with relevant training and advisory services. Malaysia has a wide range of plant and animal biodiversity. The international community cares deeply about their protection and conservation efforts. Based in the Sabah state on Borneo, Japan has cooperated to protect this biodiversity and their natural ecosystems. Volunteers have been a part of the international cooperation effort through Japan Overseas Cooperation Volunteers, or JOCV. Since 5 volunteers were first sent to Malaysia in 1965, about 1,500 volunteers have lived and worked alongside people in these developing communities as of 2016. They've been active in a variety of fields, including environmental education, social welfare, and vocational training. Japan also participates in South-South Cooperation, or SSC, an effort to support the cooperation among developing countries. Malaysia is a leading country in the SSC, and Japan has long been the largest partner of their SSC endeavors. Japan has offered to cooperate in numerous other fields, including forestry, communications, disaster management, disability aid, and health and medical care. Now, here are 2 major benefits of Malaysian-Japanese cooperation for development projects. First, Malaysia has maintained systematic plans for long-term development, and Japan has extended cooperation in line with these plans. Second, human resource development has always been a guiding principle of this cooperation. Projects between the 2 countries have often incorporated training and technical instruction. Yen loans have long been used for not only infrastructure projects, but also for scholarships for study abroad programs. Thanks to this cooperation, exchange between Malaysia and Japan has increased and improved. As a result, these human exchanges have led to decades of development. Over the past 60 years, this cooperation has grown from a small stream to a mighty river. JICA wants to deepen the relationship between Malaysia and Japan even further in the years to come.